Hello, my name is Ash Reith, and I'm the Events and Reservations Manager for Building Operations inside the University Center. And today I'm going to be talking to you about reservations on campus and about hosting events. So who are we? We're the reservations office. We work with student organizations to find space for your meetings, your event. We find space for your advertising, and so much more. You can find us on the UC on the second floor in 253. I have our email and our phone number listed in the screenshot or in the slides above. Always feel free to reach out if you have any questions about reserving space on campus or hosting your events. We are more than happy to get you connected to the services you need. So what do we reserve? So even though we're just the University Center reservations office, we reserve a variety of different spaces on campus. We have our large event spaces, which is the Hamilton Room, Old Main Ballroom, and the Connor Conference Room on the second floor of the UC. But we also have a lot of general meeting rooms throughout the building. We also service the general access campus classrooms across campus via Highland, Heide, Higher, Upham, McGraw, McCutcheon, and Esker. We also do all of the outdoor spaces on campus. So if you need any outdoor space at all on campus, you'll go through our office as well. We also do concourse tables in both the UC and in both of the dining halls. And we also do things like signboards, table tents, banners, and any of those signs you see around campus and in the UC for displaying your event information. So how do you get those spaces? The main point of contact to get your reservation is to go through our Connect 2 form. Logging in Connect 2 is going to be your central place to get any and all reservations for campus. You will log in. We have it labeled as the room reservation form. You can find this under the frequently used forms. You can also find it by searching, or if you come to our office, we have QR codes posted all over to help you get to this form. It's going to be the same form for everything. So regardless if you need an outdoor event, a large ballroom, a small meeting room, a campus classroom, a hallway table, it's all the same form. So it just keeps it nice and easy. I highly recommend you make it one of your favorite forms in Connect 2, because that way you can always come back to it to book your space right in the same place. When we receive your reservation, we'll process it, and then we will send you a confirmation email. Once you have that confirmation email in hand, you have reserved your space on campus to host your event or meeting. In addition to just reserving the actual physical space, we do provide event support services. We provide a lot of different services depending upon your needs. Some of these are very simple and basic, from turning on a projector screen in a room to providing microphones, disco ball, lighting, lots of different things from easels, portable walls, whiteboards, a variety of different events equipment we provide for you. A lot of these we take in on the initial Connect 2 form. So let's say you need a small meeting room and you'll just be like, nope, I just need the projection screen turned on and I need a conference table for 12. It can be as simple as that to, I need a portable stage, I need all the lights, I need all the microphones, AV, computers, pianos, the works. We will work with you to get you what you need. If you would get your confirmation and it says needs advising, that means you're going to meet with one of my team to go over all of your different event needs. We'll talk about your layout. How do you want your room to look? Do you want tables and chairs? Do you want rows of chairs? Do you need an empty room to play spike ball? We got you covered. You'll work with us to find everything that you need so you can properly host your event. So when the day arrives of your bigger event, you can just show up and start working on the stuff you actually need to worry about, the programming piece. And you don't have to worry about chairs, tables, or trash cans. So when do you need to make your reservation? So reservations will open in early November for spring and summer, and then in mid-April for your fall. So always plan accordingly to kind of start preparing for what do you want to do this upcoming semester. So always think ahead. Spaces do fill up really fast. So kind of having a game plan in mind throughout the semester before for what you want to do, especially for your big events, always a plus. Also, the sooner you reserve your weekly meetings, the more likely you get the same room week after week, and less likely we're going to have to Tetris you in and your rooms are going to change. We will always announce when the reservation book is opening, so always keep an ear out for when the reservations are going to open. For general campus classrooms, this will be a bit different because we have to wait for academic classes to get scheduled. These typically will open in mid-September for spring and mid-May for fall. The dates kind of fluctuate year to year, but kind of keep in mind for December, I'm going to be booking the rest of my semester for all my small meeting rooms, and then for May, start planning for fall. But please also note that if you want to do a large event, we need a minimum of 4 weeks notice just to make sure we have all the things you need for your event. So going over that, meeting with me and meeting with my team to kind of determine what kind of tables and chairs you need, what kind of AV support services do you need. So if you're doing something a bit larger, try to plan for a minimum of 4 weeks. But the fun part, what about the free stuff? So being a registered student org means you have access to a lot of free services through the UC. All of your campus classrooms and UC reservations are going to be free. We do not charge you any sort of rental fee for the space itself. The majority of our AV and equipment inside the UC is also free. There are a few items where we do charge cost, and we will always tell you this ahead of time. These are going to be very specialty services, so very custom AV services, very heavy furniture, so that portable stage if you're doing a massive fashion runway. But we always will tell you ahead of time if there is going to be a cost, and we'll always walk you through your different options to try to make your events as free as possible. There's also more free stuff for you being a student org at the UC. You can also check out Yard Games from Warhawk Alley, and you can also check in with student involvement for any of their free checkout services as well. There's a lot of different avenues to host very affordable and free events at the UC. And if you're unsure, feel free to come and talk to my office. We are happy to talk you through all the amazing services you have available to you as a student organization. Do not be afraid of the costs. We will find a way to make your event happen within your budget. Speaking of budget, transferring that to food. It's always the number one cost for student organizations, and trying to understand and navigate the food policy can be a challenge. So let me break it down for you. Majority of people on campus only are able to go through our campus catering, the Purple Plate catering contract that we have. As a student org, you have a few more options than everybody else. You are eligible to use a third-party food provider, so not going through Purple Plate. However, that does have some limitations. It is limited to a private event, so just your members. So this is not going to be used for things like your big kickoff events at the start of the year, or your big membership drive, or your big fundraiser. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to use a third-party food provider for that. This is really meant for your group itself in small closed meetings. So let's say you and your cabinet are going through your constitution for the year, and you guys want to get pizza as you're piling through your paperwork. That is exactly what this is for. If you guys want to get donuts to celebrate a hard work that you guys put in for the event you guys did last week for your group in their small meeting room, that is perfectly acceptable to go through a third party. But if you are doing something where it's event focused, you're inviting members of campus, you're looking for new members, you're hosting your large event for the year, you're in a ballroom, you are going to need to use Purple Plate Catering. Do not be afraid of Purple Plate Catering. They are more than happy to work with you, work with your budget, and work with your event needs. You can always reach out and contact them, and they will always walk you through what they can do to support you and your event. If you ever have any questions about whether or not your event can qualify for a third-party food provider versus campus catering, please let me know and let my team know. We're happy to guide you through that. This graphic in the thing is a great graphic to kind of describe of where are you going and what kind of food service you need to look for, whether it can be a third-party provider or if it has to go through catering. There are other types of food events that you can host as a student org. There's always the potluck. We love a potluck. Everybody has different ways of cooking things and making things, and being able to share that with your friends and community is so important. There is limitations to potlucks. It needs to be for the group, it's free for your participants, and it's for members. Again, it's not for the greater campus community. It's not going to be a recruitment drive. It is for your members. It also needs to get pre-approved. You'll reach out through my office and we can get you that approval. And you also must agree to following food safety standards. So the most common ones being staying at proper temperatures, knowing access to water sources to clean your hands, and making sure that everyone can have a safe and healthy potluck. There are other options as well for fundraising and bake sales. You're welcome to sell baked goods on our concourse inside the UC. you are able to sell baked goods, they must be something that can be served at room temperature. They need to be shelf stable. So cookies, brownies, all of that are great because they're shelf stable and they don't need to keep refrigerated. But your cheesecakes, your buttercream frostings, your popsicles, those aren't going to work within the bake sale guidelines because they can't be kept at room temperature. Also, baked good needs to be pre-packaged. So no bringing just a tray of brownies to sell, one brownie at a time. You'll need to package them individually for sale. So that way no one is kind of grabbing into a tray together. If you're looking to do pre-ordered foods, you're also to submit a fundraising request for that as well. They also must be kept separated in isolated packaging. You'll always let us know ahead of time what you guys are looking to do for the pre-ordering. And just to note, you cannot make your delivery location or pickup location for your pre-ordered foods at the UC. They'll need to be in a different location. Also along the lines of fundraising, if it's not a food item, we do have raffle licensing. Please speak with your event manager right before your event. We're happy to talk through all the things that need to happen so you can host your raffles, because not only are bake sales and pre-order foods, raffles are another great way to fundraise for your events and activities here on campus. In short, don't be afraid to ask questions. Please dream big about all the events and activities you want to do this next year. Feel free to ask. You have tons of resources available. Reach out and we're happy to go through your specific event. The sky is kind of the limit, so let us know what you want to do and we're happy to see if we can make that happen. Thank you.